Your mind can be your greatest ally or your fiercest enemy. It holds the power to shape your reality, your happiness, and your success. But how do you take control of this incredible force? In today's journey, we'll explore 7 transformative lessons from Buddhism that will help you discipline your mind, conquer inner chaos, and unlock your highest potential. Imagine a life where distractions no longer control you, where you respond with calm instead of reacting impulsively. Picture yourself breaking free from old habits, mastering your emotions, and living with clarity and purpose. These lessons aren't just theories, they're practical steps you can take starting today. Get ready to uncover the secrets to mental freedom and inner peace. Let's dive into this transformative journey together. 1. Understand the enemy within. The journey to disciplining your mind begins with self-awareness. The enemy within is not some external force or person. It's the doubts, fears, negative thoughts and cravings that reside in your mind. In Buddhism, this inner turmoil is often referred to as the defilements of the mind, greed, hatred, and delusion. These mental states cloud your judgment, drain your energy, and keep you stuck in cycles of suffering. To understand the enemy within, start with mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. It's like shining a flashlight into a dark room, revealing what's lurking in the corners. For example, if you notice recurring feelings of jealousy or fear, don't try to push them away. Instead, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What triggers these emotions? The Buddha taught that understanding is the first step to liberation. When you truly understand the root cause of your negative thoughts, you can begin to let them go. This doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience and consistent practice. But with time, you'll realize that the enemy within is not as powerful as it seems. It's simply a collection of thoughts and patterns that you can change. 2. Reprogram your mind with identity shifts. Buddhism teaches that we are not fixed beings. We are constantly evolving. This concept, known as anatta or non-self, means that you have the power to redefine yourself at any moment. Your current habits and behaviors are not permanent. They are simply the result of past conditioning. To discipline your mind, you must start by changing how you see yourself. Think about the identity you want to embody. For instance, if you aspire to be more focused, start telling yourself, "This affirmation might feel strange at first, especially if you don't believe it yet." But by consistently reinforcing this identity through small, intentional actions, you can reprogram your mind. For example, if you want to become a mindful person, practice mindfulness daily, even for just 5 minutes. Sit quietly, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts. Over time, these small actions reinforce your new identity. This process aligns with the Buddhist principle of sama vayama, or right effort, which emphasizes the importance of consistently working toward positive change. Identity shifts don't happen overnight, but they are incredibly powerful. By viewing yourself as a disciplined person, you naturally start making choices that align with this identity, and your mind begins to follow suit. 3. Embrace the art of controlled chaos. Life is inherently unpredictable. No matter how much we plan or organize, unexpected events will always occur. In Buddhism, this unpredictability is a reflection of impermanence, one of the 3 universal truths. The Buddha taught that everything is constantly changing, and resisting this reality only leads to suffering. Controlled chaos is about finding balance in the midst of uncertainty. It's about learning to navigate life's storms without losing your center. Imagine a river during a storm. It doesn't try to fight the current, it flows with it. Similarly, a disciplined mind learns to adapt to change rather than resist it. Start by practicing acceptance. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, take a moment to pause and breathe. Instead of reacting with frustration or panic, remind yourself that change is a natural part of life. Meditation is an excellent tool for cultivating this mindset. Through meditation, you train your mind to remain calm and focused, even when external circumstances are chaotic. Another way to embrace controlled chaos is by exposing yourself to small, manageable uncertainties. For example, try stepping out of your comfort zone by taking on a new challenge or trying something unfamiliar. Each time you face uncertainty with courage, you strengthen your ability to stay composed in the face of larger challenges. Over time, you'll find that chaos no longer intimidates you. It becomes an opportunity for growth. 4. Build systems, not just goals. In the pursuit of discipline, many people focus solely on setting goals. While goals provide direction, they are not enough to sustain long-term change. Buddhism teaches us to focus on the present moment and the process, rather than fixating on future outcomes. This is where systems come in. A system is a set of habits and routines that support your desired outcomes. For example, if your goal is to cultivate mindfulness, your system might include meditating for 10 minutes each morning, practicing gratitude in the evening, and taking mindful breaths during the day. These small, consistent actions create a foundation for long-term growth. Systems are effective because they shift your focus from results to actions. Instead of worrying about whether you've achieved your goal, you concentrate on the daily practices that move you closer to it. Over time, these practices become second nature, and the results follow naturally. To build effective systems, start by identifying one area where you want more discipline. Break this goal into small, actionable steps and incorporate them into your daily routine. Remember, discipline is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Even if you stumble, return to your system and keep moving forward. 5. Learn the power of self-command. Self-command is the ability to take control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions instead of letting them control you. It's the practice of choosing your response thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively to a situation. In Buddhist teachings, this practice is deeply rooted in mindfulness and awareness. It empowers you to navigate life with clarity, poise, and a sense of purpose. Imagine someone criticizes you harshly. Your immediate instinct might be to react with anger, defensiveness, or even retaliation. This is a natural reaction, driven by emotion rather than thought. However, self-command invites you to pause. In that moment, take a deep breath. Let the intensity of your emotions settle and ask yourself a simple yet profound question. What is the most constructive way to respond to this situation? This act of pausing is transformative. It interrupts the cycle of impulsive reactions and gives you space to align your response with your values and goals. Developing self-command requires conscious effort and consistent practice. Begin by identifying moments in your day when you feel triggered, times when emotions like anger, frustration, or impatience arise. Instead of acting immediately, practice pausing. Take 3 deep breaths, focusing on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Use this time to observe your emotions without judgment. Acknowledge what you're feeling, but don't let it dictate your actions. For instance, you might think, I feel angry right now, but I don't have to let this anger control my response. Over time, this practice creates a mental buffer, a space between your emotions and your actions. This space is where clarity and wisdom arise. You can step back from the situation and assess it with a calm, objective mind. You might even recognize that the criticism isn't personal or that it contains constructive feedback. By practicing self-command, you begin to respond in ways that strengthen relationships, reduce conflict, and enhance your inner peace. One way to strengthen self-command further is through consistent mindfulness meditation. Meditation trains your mind to remain present and aware, even in difficult situations. By sitting quietly and observing your thoughts without judgment, you develop the ability to do the same in everyday life. This strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting on autopilot. Another effective approach is to reflect on past situations where you reacted impulsively. Ask yourself, how could I have responded differently? This reflection allows you to learn from your experiences and prepares you to handle similar situations more effectively in the future. Remember, self-command is not about suppressing emotions or becoming robotic. It's about mastering your inner world so that your emotions and actions serve you rather than hinder you. It takes time and effort, but with practice, it becomes a natural part of who you are. A disciplined mind, rooted in self-command, gives you the freedom to face life's challenges with resilience and wisdom. This freedom is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. 6. Conquer the addiction to comfort. Comfort is something we all naturally seek. Our minds and bodies are wired to avoid pain, discomfort, or anything that feels like a challenge. While comfort provides a sense of security and ease, becoming overly attached to it can hinder our growth and discipline. The Buddha's teachings remind us that true freedom and strength come not from clinging to comfort, but from learning to embrace discomfort with courage and resilience. Why is comfort so addictive? It's because it feels safe. Staying in your comfort zone means avoiding risks, challenges, and the possibility of failure. But Buddhism teaches us that clinging to comfort creates stagnation. Life is dynamic and ever-changing, and by avoiding discomfort, we miss opportunities for growth and transformation. Instead of progressing, we remain stuck in habits, routines, and behaviors that limit our potential. To conquer the addiction to comfort, we must first understand that discomfort is not inherently bad. In fact, discomfort is often a sign that we are stepping outside our comfort zones and challenging ourselves in meaningful ways. Think about moments in your life when you achieved something significant. It likely involved effort, uncertainty, and even some level of discomfort. Yet the rewards, growth, confidence, and success far outweighed the temporary challenges. The Buddha often taught about the middle way, a path that avoids both extreme indulgence and extreme deprivation. Conquering the addiction to comfort doesn't mean seeking out suffering or abandoning joy. It means finding a balance where you're willing to face challenges without being overwhelmed by them. It's about training your mind to see discomfort not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Start with small, intentional steps. Challenge yourself to do something slightly uncomfortable each day. For example, wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual, take a cold shower, or engage in a task you've been avoiding. These small acts of stepping outside your comfort zone help you build mental resilience. Over time, you'll develop the strength to tackle bigger challenges, whether it's pursuing a new career, speaking in public, or navigating a difficult conversation. Buddhist meditation practices can also help you embrace discomfort. During meditation, you might experience physical discomfort, restlessness, or frustration. Instead of shifting positions or stopping, observe these sensations with curiosity and acceptance. Remind yourself that discomfort is temporary and that you have the strength to endure it. This practice teaches you to sit with discomfort rather than running from it, which translates to greater mental discipline in daily life. Another powerful way to conquer the addiction to comfort is by reframing how you view it. Instead of seeing discomfort as something to fear or avoid, see it as a teacher. Each moment of discomfort holds a lesson. For example, a challenging workout teaches you perseverance. A difficult conversation teaches you courage, and facing failure teaches you humility and resilience. When you approach discomfort with this mindset, it transforms from an obstacle into an ally. It's also important to recognize the false sense of security that comfort provides. Staying in your comfort zone may feel safe, but it often stops you from reaching your goals or discovering your real potential. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding by staying comfortable? What could I gain by stepping beyond my comfort zone? Thinking about these questions can push you to take action. Overcoming the addiction to comfort does not mean giving up joy or rest. It means freeing yourself from the limits that comfort can create. It is about learning to accept challenges and face uncertainty with confidence. The Buddha taught that life's greatest rewards come from letting go of attachments, including our attachment to comfort and safety. As you begin stepping outside your comfort zone, you will notice a deep change. You will become more flexible, strong, and brave. Tasks that once felt scary will seem possible, and you will feel a strong sense of fulfillment, knowing you are growing into your best self. This journey takes time, but every small step builds the mental strength needed to overcome comfort and welcome the richness of life. 7. Align discipline with your higher purpose. Discipline is often seen as simple willpower or forcing yourself to act. While willpower is important, true and lasting discipline comes from linking your actions to a deeper purpose. In Buddhism, this purpose often focuses on compassion, awareness, and living in harmony with the world. When discipline is connected to a higher purpose, it feels less like an obligation and more like something meaningful and satisfying. Why is purpose so important in discipline? Think of it like creating a habit, such as meditating daily. If your only reason is external, like impressing others or achieving a goal, your discipline may weaken once the excitement fades. But if you meditate because it connects to your deeper purpose, like finding inner peace or becoming better at helping others, your commitment becomes much stronger. Purpose gives value to discipline, turning it into a source of joy instead of just a task. The first step to connecting discipline to your higher purpose is to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are your main values? What kind of person do you want to become? In Buddhism, this reflection often centers on values like compassion, wisdom, and connection with others. For example, if compassion is important to you, your discipline may include actions that help you stay kind, even during difficult times. If mindfulness matters to you, your discipline might include daily meditation or mindful breathing. Once you understand your purpose, let it guide your decisions and actions. Imagine your higher purpose is to live a life of service to others. This purpose can motivate you to stay disciplined in areas like learning new skills, taking care of your health, or managing your time wisely, because each of these helps you serve better. When discipline is connected to a bigger purpose, your motivation becomes deeper than simply chasing short-term goals or rewards. Buddhism also highlights the importance of intention. The Buddha taught that the intention behind your actions matters as much as the actions themselves. When you practice discipline with a clear and positive intention, such as growth, service, or seeking truth, it changes how you experience it. For example, waking up early may feel difficult if your only goal is higher productivity. But if your intention is to create space for personal growth or to spend time with loved ones, it becomes more meaningful and fulfilling. Practicing gratitude is another way to connect discipline with your higher purpose. Think about how your disciplined actions support your bigger purpose and influence your life and the lives of others. For instance, if you exercise regularly, notice how it keeps you healthy and energetic, allowing you to care for your family or follow your passions. Gratitude strengthens the bond between your actions and your purpose, making discipline feel more rewarding. It is also helpful to review and adjust your purpose from time to time. Life constantly changes, and your sense of purpose may grow and shift over the years. Buddhist wisdom reminds us to stay open and flexible to new understanding. Every now and then, ask yourself, does my current path reflect my values and purpose? Are there new ways I can live more honestly and true to myself? This regular reflection keeps your discipline meaningful and aligned with your changing goals. Remember, linking discipline to your higher purpose does not require perfection. Discipline is a process, not a final point. Sometimes you may slip or feel distant from your purpose, and that is okay. Use these moments as chances to learn and improve. Forgive yourself for mistakes and gently guide yourself back on track. When discipline is led by a higher purpose, it becomes a source of strength and fulfillment. The effort you put into staying disciplined begins to feel meaningful because it supports something greater than yourself. Over time, this connection brings a deep sense of balance and peace, helping you live with clarity, purpose, and joy. These 7 lessons offer a simple yet powerful way to train your mind. By understanding inner struggles, accepting change, building healthy habits, and staying connected to your purpose, you can transform your mental patterns and reach your true potential. This path takes time and commitment, but the rewards are worth it. Inner peace, clear focus, and strong inner resilience. Thank you for being part of this journey through meaningful Buddhist teachings. Let these lessons support and guide you as you learn to master your mind and live a life of peace and purpose. Until next time, stay mindful and motivated,